And it all went down and he never sweated, you know.
Oh, Diane, that's for me.
How come?
Oh, it's for you?
No, it's from me.
Oh.
Thank you.
Like 40 minutes to get home. I've never seen that.
Yeah, all day. I've been trying to text her and her messages are not going through. I'm like, you have to come home.
All right, let's call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Ms. Belisca? Present. Mr. Kaminsky?
Here.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Here.
Mrs. McKnight?
Here.
Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is a public meeting of the Borough Council of the Borough of New Providence, County of Union, and State of New Jersey. Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with PL 1975, Chapter 231, and that an annual notice or revision was made in conformance with Section 13 of the Act. I don't have that memorized yet, like Al. So, first we have public hearing, ordinance 2023-09. Please read the title.
Ordinance 2023-09 is an ordinance of the Borough of New Providence, County of Union, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 257 of the Code of the Borough titled Vehicles and Traffic.
So this here is a second reading, allowing for permitted parking in front of the Saltbrook School on school days. Can I get a motion? Oh, wait, let's open it for public comment. Anyone from the public seeking to provide comment on this ordinance only? Seeing no one, public comment closed. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Ms. Belisca? Aye. Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
Next, we have an ordinance 2023-10. Please read the title.
Ordinance 2023-10 is an ordinance amending Chapter 147 of the Code of the Borough of New Providence entitled Fees and Licenses.
This is our second reading as well of our fees and licenses, increasing new sewer connection fees, as well as increasing fees associated with our planning board and our zoning boards by 2%. Anyone from the public wishing to comment on this ordinance only? Seeing no one, public comments closed. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Belisca? Aye. Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Cogan, you want to vote or not?
I'll
yet?
abstain.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
Okay, approval of minutes for the October 10th conference meeting. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second. I'll second.
And for the October 10th regular meeting?
So moved. I'll second.
There you go.
Okay, do we have to vote on it?
Just all in favor.
All in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Okay, correspondence. First, we have correspondence from Beth Schmidt, Senior Citizens Club. She's wrote a letter thanking the Corso Center for all the coordinators. I did want to just read a little section of the letter. Ms. Schmidt wrote, "I am so thankful when I receive each month's calendar to see so many exciting offerings as well as an informational newsletter. The town has upgraded the Corso Center so it is a safe and beautiful place to meet. The town also provides free transportation to club activities and for shopping. We have visits from our town's nurse as well. Our mayor stops by often to not only inform us of what's going on in town, but also thank us for our contributions over the years for making this town what it is today. Many thanks to the town's administration, the schools, our local clubs, organizations, police, EMT, fire, volunteers, our exceptional coordinators for all their efforts to provide the best for us. We couldn't ask for a better town, club, or coordinators." I just want to say, I really do appreciate the gratitude and the generosity of Mrs. Smith. It was a great letter. I just wanted to read that out loud. Thank you again, and we do thank you for all the contributions for you and all the seniors have done for the Borough of New Providence through the years. Next, we have Berkeley Heights Ordinance Municipal Land Use, just letting us know of changes to their land use ordinance. Union County Municipal Alliance Award Letter, which is the award letter from the Union County Commissioners providing for a little over $11,000 for a municipal alliance, effective July 1st, 2024. Any comments on that? Okay. Council business, advisory committees, Nadine?
Thank you. Resolution 2023-335 is a resolution approving request of the New Providence Diversity Committee to sponsor and participate in Martin Luther King Day of Service events. So this is really a great new idea for this year that's being spearheaded by Allison and the Recreation Department. Martin Luther King is a day of volunteer service. It's a day of service. It's not just a day off, it's a day to go out there and to help other people. And that's truly the spirit of what the day is. So this year, Allison is putting together a great event where she's reaching out to all the different volunteer organizations throughout town, and she's asking them to come together to volunteer to bring the community together. I think they're going to be making some cards, they're going to be doing some crafts, they're going to be soliciting to get more people to volunteer in their organizations. And the diversity committee is going to be participating in that. They're going to be having a table. There's going to be many other people, other groups are going to be working on that as well. So I highly recommend for families to come on down. A lot of people are home anyway. Come on down and check out that event. It'll be at the DeCorso Center, I believe, and it'll be on Martin Luther King Day.
Thank you. And Diane, for the Sustainability Committee?
Resolution 2023-336 is a resolution approving the request of the New Providence Sustainability Committee to participate in Martin Luther King Day of Service event. Ditto to what Nadine said. To quote Coretta Scott King, she said, "The greatest birthday gift my husband could receive is if people of all racial and ethnic backgrounds celebrated the holiday by performing individual acts of kindness through service to others." So the Sustainability Committee will also have a table. So come on out and see how you can help.
And a preview, the Mental Health Committee will be there as well, but we'll be talking about them next month.
Thank you. Community activities, Nadine?
Okay, thank you. Resolution 2023-337 is a salary resolution. I think this one is awesome too. Another great addition from Allison Smith. We are adding a sign language class to recreation. I think that's just a youth class, but I would really love to sign up for that class. Sign language is just very important. We have to, look out for communication with all residents in need, or all citizens, all people in need. And this is a sign language class, I believe, for youth. So the first resolution is adding an instructor for that. Resolution 2023-338 is a resolution approving contract to Gold Standard Consulting LLC, DBA Keystone Sports Construction, in the amount of $97,183.17 for tennis courts resurfacing 1 through 4. So the borough received 3 bids for resurfacing the tennis courts, ranging in price from $97,183.17 to $103,240 for the base bid. So all 3 of these were reviewed by the borough attorney. This resolution will award the bid to Keystone Sports Construction to do the work in early spring 2024 as a part of our ongoing maintenance for our recreation facilities. So this is 1 through 4, and I believe, Matt, correct me if I'm wrong, we kind of do these in steps. We do 1 through 4, and then we do 5 through 8 at a different time. So this is the first step in that, which will be 1 through 4.
That's right. Yeah. And a few years back, we redid courts 5 through 8, right? We completely ripped them up or redid them from ground up. So part of the ongoing maintenance of redoing the tennis courts every so many years, fixing cracks and making sure they're maintaining them. We'll maintain 1 through 4, and eventually 1 through 4 will be replaced, right? And then we'll continue to maintain 5 through 8. So it'll be a rotating basis, something that we've decided, the Recreation Department engineers, years ago.
It definitely gets usage, and there's definitely the need there, and it's much appreciated by our residents who use it.
Great. Engineering, and thank you. Engineering construction. Alex?
Thank you, Matt. Resolution 2023-339, resolution approving partial payment number 1 for Cooper Power Systems in the amount of $9,147 for emergency generator at the DeCorso Center under the Sourcewell Co-op contract 27889. This is for the partial payment of a transfer switch associated with installation of the generator at the DeCorso Center. Historical Preservation Commission update. It was that from Jeff Grow. Is that attached, or are they going to come?
Yeah, they just wanted to give council and the mayor and council an update on what they've been doing. They have been in existence since, I believe, the spring of 2022. They have a mission statement. They've decided what they're doing. I believe it's correct me if I'm wrong, is it the second Wednesday of the month of each? It's either
I
the
think
first
so.
or the second Wednesday of the month.
Second
Um,
Wednesday.
They meet, they welcome the community. They just want to preserve the character and preserve history in Providence. And it's just more of an awareness and to tell us what they're doing. So they're doing great work. Second Wednesday of the month. They have a page on their website.
It was actually a very interesting letter. So it looks like they're dividing the town into 5 sections.
Mhm.
And they're going through, they're taking the list from the 1976, which is the last time they've done this. They're looking to see if those houses are all still there, what condition they're in, and to just make sure that document is updated and to see if anything else should be on the list. So it's really a great way of going through and analyzing what was there before, what should be there. So they are really active and ongoing. And they say they're going to come back to us in the spring of 2024 with a report. So
And they don't want
Look forward
to, scare anybody off that they have a historic house can't do anything to it. It's more of, hey, did you know
Educational.
that this is such a cool thing
Yeah.
that your house looks like X, Y, and Z, or it's a craftsman style. So
yeah.
a
We have a lot of
great
cool
mission.
history in town. So I'm
Mhm.
really glad that they are they're stepping up and letting us know what's going on.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeff Grove
and
and crew.
Okay, finance, Lisa.
Yes, resolution 2023-340 is a transfer resolution, and this authorizes the transfer of funds between certain accounts to address line item shortfalls. So this is very common at the end of each year, beginning in November. Small dollar amounts to, like we said, make up for small shortfalls in different accounts. Resolution 2023-341 is the resolution authorizing the payment of the bills payable list in the amount of $440,696.67. 2 items on here that were significant. State of New Jersey for the December state health benefit premium, that was $122,327. And computer system and methods, this was for the purchase of the mobile dispatch terminals for the New Providence Fire Department, and this was paid with capital funds, $49,550.
Thank you. Okay, personnel, that's me. Resolution 2023-342 is a salary resolution. This salary resolution reflects a 2.5% salary increase for our non-union employees, in addition to scheduled step increases effective 1/1/2024. And these are all in line with our collective bargaining unit contracts. I just wanted to mention a few significant items. Some people here. Allison Smith, who, as we all know, is basically redefined our recreation department. I joined the Community Activities Board over 10, 12 years ago, and our recreation department then basically led recreation activities, right? And maybe a few other events throughout the town. Allison has come into that role and has now basically redefined it, in my opinion. And she's not only taken on the ownership of making sure that we do have one of the top recreation and offerings in the community and the surrounding towns, which I'm one of the biggest fans of. But she has also basically gotten her fingerprint and her hands in on every single event that goes on in the borough. So I want to thank her for all her contributions as she continues to redefine that, and wish her well in her new with her new role, or her redefined role that she keeps continuing to create. Others, Denise Brukowski, Keith Lynch, Jessica Short, and Diane Wolf. All of these individuals will be taking on additional roles and / new roles in the coming year as they take on the responsibilities of Wendy Barry as she retires effective February 1st. I want to congratulate all of them and thank all of them for all of their efforts. And as you can see, we were disappointed in approving Wendy's resignation, and it takes 4 people to replace her. So she's got big shoes to fill. And we got 8 feet to fill them. Okay, public safety. Raffle requests with CSA RA 1200 and 1201, as well as the New Providence Education Foundation RA 1202 and 1203, and the high school PTSA RA 1204 and 1205. These raffle requests are all in good order. Resolution 23-343 is a resolution authorizing purchase in excess of $44,000 for Koch Holdings, Inc., doing business as Koch 33 Ford, for public safety vehicles at 10% less than the state contract. What this resolution does is allows for us to purchase 2 vehicles in 2023 for immediate delivery. As you know, in years recent, we've had a lot of issues with delivery of our emergency vehicles. So not only do we have to purchase them now, we won't have to wait on the vehicles. We get them immediately. We're also saving the borough $16,000, which is awesome. Resolution 23-344 is a resolution appointing school crossing guards for the Borough of New Providence, County of Union, State of New Jersey for the year 2024. That little typo there.
No, this one, if you look at the attachment, this is for one person for right now.
Okay.
And then they'll do one at the reorg for all of them.
So we're going to do the
Yeah.
entire, okay.
So
All right.
that
So we're
does-
appointing
that
one
is
more
right.
for the rest of this year. Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's, sorry, her comments say 24, but the resolution is right, saying 23.
Thank you for that clarification. Resolution 23-345 is a resolution appointing Christian Celi Gomez as Police Officer Step 3 in the Police Department of the Borough of New Providence. 23-346 is a resolution appointing Andrew Lynch as Police Officer Step 3 in the Police Department of the Borough of New Providence. 23-347 is a resolution appointing Jeffrey Bruder as Police Officer Step 4 in the Police Department of the Borough of New Providence. 23-343 is a resolution appointing Carmine Basilari as Police Officer Step 5 in the Police Department of the Borough of New Providence. And 23-349 is a resolution appointing Gregory Miller as Police Officer Step 6 in the Police Department of the Borough of New Providence. These are all step advances for these officers as per our collective bargaining agreement. Okay, Public Works.
Thank you, Matt. Resolution 2023-350, resolution approving contract between the Borough of New Providence and S. Rotundi and Sons, Inc. for grass and garden waste disposal for the year 2024. This is the proposal to dispose of the grass and garden waste with Rotundi and Sons, Inc. in Chatham for $99,900. That's split into 5 payments of $19,980 each. Our garbage hauler Suburban utilizes the Rotunda yard for disposal of the borough-wide brush pickup from April through December. Resolution 2023-351, resolution approving requisition R2302380 for Cambria Automotive Companies, Inc. in the amount not to exceed $245,814 for a Peterbilt model 548 truck, Sourcewell contract number 060920. This purchase is replacing the truck that caught fire in the DPW yard. Resolution 2023-352, resolution appointing Yosef Bozoglu as roadman of the Public Works Department in the Borough of New Providence. Yosef will replace Mark Alaco effective January 2nd, 2024, due to Mark's retirement on December 31st, 2023. As per the negotiated contract with the Teamsters, this is a 40-hour a week job, Monday through Friday, 7 to 3:30 p.m., starting salary of $45,000. Resolution 2023-353, resolution advancing Michael Keenan to Step H in the Public Works Department, Borough of New Providence. This is a step advance as per the collective bargaining agreement. Last one, resolution 2023-354, resolution advancing Christopher Nemeth to Step B in the Public Works Department of the Borough of New Providence. Again, this is a step advance as part of the collective bargaining agreement.
Thank you. Okay, discussion items. Anything? Nothing. Committee reports. I will start. So the Borough Planning Board met last week, and we discussed the open space recreation plan. McKinley from Higher Grohl and Associates, our planner, gave us a nice presentation on our open space plan. Our open space plan is something that needs to be adopted every 10 years to be in conformance with our Green Acres program. The last time we have reviewed it was 2006, so as a 6-year-old plan is out of date. It is also adopted as an element of our master plan. Okay, and also by presenting this, it allows us to pursue Green Acre grant funding, which Allison is already running with and looking for additional grant fundings for our parks and recreations. So that was our planning board meeting. As you guys can see, Al's not here, so Al unfortunately is under the weather, and just wanted me to make sure that on behalf of Al and council and all of our administration, we want to wish everybody happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and have a happy New Year. Look forward to next year. Kwanzaa and I guess everybody enjoys our holidays. Okay.
Thank you, Matt. And further to that, the Recreation Department, to your comment about grants, the Recreation Department will be sending out a questionnaire about Oakwood Park. So look for that, look for it on the website and fill that out. That'd be great help. The only thing I have is about the Historical Society. Their membership renewals, they're planning all of their work for the next year. So that will be out soon. And they worked with NJ Transit for the New Providence train station on paint colors and such. So kudos to Robert Keller and the society. It's looking good. I actually have not been over there to see the progress, but when I had been over there, the guys were telling me that it might be done next year versus this year because they were fighting against the weather. But, you know, it's a great thing to do. Oh, and they're also working on trying to get some black and white photos of the old train station and stuff to put inside. So they're working with NJ Transit. So speaking of our Historical Society, and just giving them a shout out. That's it.
Great. Nadine?
Operations normal,
Great.
nothing new on my committees.
Awesome.
Just
Cool.
want to mention last week, December 14th, Thursday, Faith Lutheran Church yet again had the menorah lighting. It happened to be the 8th day, so it's nice to see the entire menorah lit, well attended by the community as always. So very nice event, and thank them for hosting it like they do every year.
Thank you. Lisa?
Quiet end to the year. Operations are normal.
Wow, very well. Awesome. All right, Borough Administrator's report.
Just a few things. I had a call this morning with NV5, which is the borough's design and engineering firm, and people from NJDOT who administer the Safe Routes to School grant program. This was a final design status meeting for the 2016 grant, which includes Hawthorne Drive from Cameron Road to Central, Crane Circle from Jones Drive to Morris Avenue, Central Avenue from Verona to Maple, where sidewalks don't already connect, and Willow Street from Springfield Avenue to the southern terminus, direct access to the Saltbrook School. We're working with NV5 to put a public information center together for the end of January to get this into the final design with construction, hopefully in late summer, early fall of '24. So long time coming, but we're getting to the end, thank God. New Providence will also be taking part in a pilot program with Union County and the Clean Communities Grant Program that allows residents to recycle their reusable shopping bags at 2 locations, which will be the DPW yard during regular recycling hours on the first and third Saturday of each month, and the Recreation Department gym entrance. Recycled bags will be sanitized by Goat Tote and donated to community food banks for use. Any bags that cannot be adequately cleaned by the recycled will be recycled by the TerraCycle food company. The recycling of these bags saves the food banks the money they are currently spending on new bags and keeps the bags out of the landfill. A huge benefit to the community and the planet. The entire program will be funded by the Clean Communities Grant of Union County, so they're not even using our grant money, they're using county money. The county will come and pick up the bags from us on some sort of rotation schedule, depending on how many bags that we do collect. The program was originally piloted in Elizabeth and in Westfield. They collected 7,200 bags in 2 months, which is a pretty staggering number.
Yeah.
Information about the program will be forthcoming in the new year. We're just working out a few things with the county, but Allison and Ralph had a meeting with the county today about that. Just a few more things. Central Avenue tomorrow, just a reminder, will be closed between Springfield Avenue and the Chatham line for utility pole work. They're replacing one of the telephone poles, and they've let us know that their construction vehicles are way bigger than the road, so they're going to have to shut it down from 8 to 4. And please plan an alternate route. And last thing is the rabies clinic is on the schedule for Saturday, January 13th from 9 to 10 at the DeCorso Center. And participation is free, where you can get your pet's rabies shot. That's all I have, and I wish everyone a very happy holiday season.
Great. At this time, we'd like to open up the meeting for public comments. Anybody having public comments, please step forward, state your name and your address.
Hi, good evening. Joseph Pergola, 41 Woodcrest Drive. I've been a resident for New Providence for 18 years, residing at 41 Woodcrest Drive. I'm here tonight seeking a resolution of a matter that's been going on for roughly 8 years. Starting back in 2015, I reached out through the town's, starting out in 2015, I reached out to the town's action line, filing 6 tickets over 2015, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2023, asking the town's assistance on a water flow and damage impacting my property and the street downstream residents. I've also placed various calls to Public Works, email to the mayor, town council members, seeking guidance and assistance. Over this time, I've incurred about $8,000 in driveway repairs and corrections. Public Works did come out at one point and did repair some ruts in the street. There was further work to be done. To be clear, not all parties have ignored my request. Ms. Cacciaro has, once she took on the role as borough administrator, pursued securing a New Jersey State DOT funding bid that was done in August 2022 to make the necessary remediation and repairs on Woodcrest Drive. Unfortunately, I trusted that this would be resolved, but the problem still remains. In fact, it's actually much more worse in front of my property after the work was performed. There have been many communications over email, phone, live meetings with Ms. Raffay and the team at Colliers. Though I preemptively tried to get in front of the pre-dig during the construction, immediately after the paving, I was told to be patient that the contractor Riverview Paving would make the necessary corrections. I could walk you through the issues that I have. So we had 3 broken and damaged sprinkler heads. Those were corrected. I had bent and crimped sprinkler water lines. Those weren't resolved. They were just buried. Torn out of my property was about 5 feet by 30 feet of fill. That was backfilled with rock, gravel, glass, and assorted other debris. In the DOT doc on SP11, it defines how it should have been remediated. Instead, they just came and put about 1 inch of topsoil left. Seeding was negligible and required me having to require a landscaper to come out, rake out the debris, add dirt, literally picking glass with his fingers, about $300 in cost. Broken drain line, that was ignored, not corrected. That cost me another $300 to have repaired. My driveway Belgian block apron that I was advised by MJ Pepe Paving to put in to try to help with the water issue was cracked in various spots from the backhoe. No remedy was done. I was told it was fine. Pitch and angle were changed on that same apron, cracked in various spots, and not remediated as per the work order plans on NJDOT doc page 263. Driveway to street edging. The contractor changed the angle of the street line from the existing bib that was there, causing very large gaps to be filled with concrete. More importantly, the blocks were not set to a positive height above the street line to allow the water to flow past. In fact, there are areas that were paved over the street curving, causing a negative drop and water to pool up. So right now in front of my property is just a rut. They actually installed a wastewater area to collect it that it can't even get to because it can't rise enough. So I just have a pool of water sitting in front of my property. That's also defined how it should have been done on NJ.DOC page 280. On December 8th is why I'm coming here today. I was told by Ms. Raffay, I wanted to touch base to let you know that the town has determined that there is not enough money allocated at this time to reroute your neighbor's sub pump discharge pipe. The plan is to pick up discussions on this location in the spring. To be clear, over the last 8 years, I've not once cited any neighborhood issue. It's from upgrade. I'm not determining where the water is coming from. In fact, I was told to allow the professionals to make that determination. So this is not a neighbor issue versus I'm asking the town for help. But if they were aware that it is a neighbor issue, I don't know why the town hasn't addressed a resident on the issue to help resolve it. As for funding, my question is, what is the estimated correction that I'm being told that we don't have enough money to fund? And as per the document on page IB 16, there was a holdback recorded. So why wouldn't we use the holdback funds to help remediate? And just to be able to call out, it's not just 41 Woodcrest Drive. Across all of Woodcrest Drive, there's various other issues, minor from they paved bottles in somebody's driveway to other waters that pooling that other neighbors have tried to pursue corrections on. As a property owner, I know I have a duty of care to maintain a safe environment to others avoid harm. Unfortunately, this is starting to be a matter outside of my control. In fact, I've even observed delivery people start to slip as they're trying to come up the driveway delivering the holiday packages. The municipality, as far as I'm aware, has a duty of exercise ordinary care in the construction, repair, and maintenance of its public streets to keep them in a reasonable, safe condition for ordinary travel. The township now has had what I consider reasonable notification and an extensive time to correct this matter, which now it starts to create a liability for both me as a resident for the township. I'm also concerned my street is a thoroughfare for Saltbrook School. So I have a lot of residents walking their kids, dogs through the school, traipsing through the water. Sometimes the water extends out a few feet. Delivered, like I said, drivers, delivery and sanitation personnel, especially as now the temperatures get cold and we're having icy situations. So, I come today asking for some sort of correction resolution. I don't know what to do. Working through Colliers wasn't successful. In fact, I would actually ask until this is resolved that, we suspend working with Colliers, with Mr. Fay, with Riverview Paving, because they obviously could not follow a DOT dock until the residents in the town is satisfied that the money was used properly. So I'm here asking for guidance and how can we have it corrected?
Joe, quick question. The water pooling that you're describing, is that from the residents' sump pump discharge, or is that from the swale that was created as part of some remediation?
I would not say it's just from a sump pump discharge. Now, the sump pump discharge is definitely significant. I have water passing my property all the time. The guidance I was given that the corrections would allow clearance of water after 48 hours. There's water 24/7. In fact, what has happened is the water passes my property into the storm grate, so I just hear a trickling stream all day long. As for the water pooling, I think it would pool just from any rain, anything coming down, even my own driveway, not allowing it to dissipate to the very wastewater collection that's there.
So I know I reached out to you to just touch base. I wasn't aware of all the background when I did reach out. And then obviously when you started providing me some of the background, I included Bernadette on
Who I want to say thank you again that went and got the funds to try to help the street.
So I haven't followed up with you on that, and I apologize for that. But I appreciate you coming in and providing this feedback. And let me take this back to Bernadette and our professional, Keith Lynch, who's our borough engineer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll discuss and come back to you. I can tell you this. I know on my block personally, there was a neighbor who had a runoff issue from the person behind them. So the person behind them was dumping water onto their property, and that's just the flow of water, right? Their property was above them. So we were able to help them because we were doing a large construction project on the street where we were able to connect that drainage directly into the sewer line, which was a tremendous help, right? So I think what the offer was to help connect that discharge directly into the sewer line, which is expensive because you got to rip everything out. You got to do all these connections on the ground and redo it. And I know based on the comments that you just read, a significant expenditure, something like that would be something that we would try to address next year when we start our budget from January 1, right? We're already in late December, and just as you saw tonight, moving things around to cover, budgeted items and things of that nature. So I'm not saying that we're going to have a resolution, but I will promise you that I will definitely follow up and I'll come back to you and we can have further discussions on where this sits.
So I appreciate it. I will say, though, the disappointment I have is that this was brought up and many neighbors' lines were connected directly to the waste disposal, except for this one.
Okay.
right? There might be some other, but this is the one that is providing all the water that started actually my petition back in 2015. So I feel like I'm the one who helped get the town motivated, get the grant, get it done, and I'm still now with a worse problem today. And again, I'm starting to see the driveway start to fail, starting to see. But I still hold Riverview Paving accountable that how could they pave higher than the Belgian block? Like I don't know why the funds aren't there. Why did we fully pay Riverview Paving, or do we have a holdback that could help fund the corrections? They should be liable for not following the instructions of the DOT job.
Yeah, I honestly.
Like that's what I find is the main issue is, I mean, I'm not an engineer, I'm not an expert, but I would think that the block has to be higher than the street line. Especially if you did it brand new and we incurred, I think it was almost $900,000 in investment on the street correction. So I don't know how we can pursue having Riverview Paving making the corrections, but there should be a holdback. Whereas those funds is what I'm asking, and can we deploy it that way?
Yeah, I don't know the details behind that particular DOT project funding, but I do know this: if DOT does provide funding, they do send out their own engineers to do testing of the street to ensure that it's complied with their particular guidelines. And if it does fail, then they will not fund it and require it to be remediated. So if they had come out and done their reviews and testing and funding was approved, then the DOT then approved it, right? But I don't know the details. I'm just
No,
from my
I tried to
experience.
preemptively not blitz anyone and have everyone informed, but
Just one more question.
Mhm.
You referenced the 48-hour.
Mhm.
Is that a state requirement? Was that a contract?
that was
requirement?
provided by Ms. Raffay from Colliers,
Colliers,
that
yeah.
the,
I mean, it is from my experience in paving, puddling is allowed to occur, but there's definitely within X amount of hours, it is supposed to.
I was
go
going to
away.
say, if you said a week, it's still not dissipating after a week.
Yeah. So yeah, that definitely. If you're not seeing it within a day or two, then
And the engineers came out multiple times and said, yep, I see the water, but there's just no resolution. And now again, like it's actually worse than before the work was done. The street's nice, don't get me wrong, but I really don't understand why they can't correct this situation and just allowed it. I don't know if they have to report back, like you said, there's some sort of inspection, but I would almost ask them for a re-inspection if it did happen. So how should I follow up? I guess that's my last question.
I would say that, again, I do thank you for coming in and providing comments, feedback, and I will circle back with Bernadette and we'll get back to you shortly.
All right. Thank you for your time and happy holidays.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thank
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Public comments? See no one. Public comments closed. Can I get a motion for items 1 through 21, please?
So moved.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Ms. Belisca?
Aye.
Mr. Kaminsky?
Aye.
Mrs. Joffrey?
Yes.
Mr. Cogan?
yes.
Mrs. McKnight?
Yes.
All right, can I get a motion for an adjournment?
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah,
Well,
we don't.
Adjourn to January.
Oh.
Adjourn to our January.
Thank you.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah,
two,
yeah.
still low. Make a motion to adjourn the meeting to carry forward to the January 3rd meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
All opposed? None? Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Happy
job, Matt.
holidays.
Good job, Matt.
Happy New Year.
Good job, Matt.
Good job, Matt.
This one.